This is going to potentially be scary. The dark truth about the ram in 99 Nights in the Forest. A new entity that was introduced in the previous update, and I must say this was exciting. Every time we get a new enemy, monster, something that is lurking in the shadows waiting to kill us, oddly enough is satisfying for this. And each enemy that is added into the game always is based off a real story or some folklore, something that makes you think a little bit deeper, and I find it incredibly interesting. There's a lot of symbolism in 99 Nights in the Forest, and I think a lot of people happen to overlook it just from the update logs and the new enemies that are introduced. There is like a subtlety underneath each and every update, and it's so exciting. If you haven't already, hit the like button and consider subscribing, as it helps out a lot. Every like is just, it helps the channel, you know, like this one. It lets me know that, hey, maybe I should keep uploading videos of this sort. I don't know. Look, you guys have been showing amazing support. That's enough of that, though. Let's get on to what the largest based folklore that would be based around the ram. Now, obviously, we're going to run into the ram. We're in the volcanic biome right now. We're going to encounter it. It's going to charge up, come after us. I honestly thought the behavior of the ram was going to be slightly different. I thought when it charged, if it hit like a rock or something, it'd be slightly startled. But this thing is a cool enemy, though. It really is. Now, the ram, we could compare it to... and before this update came out, we were like, it's the goat. Yeah, it's going to be called the goat. But it ended up being called the ram. And the closest and most accurate story that the ram can connect to is the dark story and truth of the Goatman. Now, the Goatman is a cryptid, an urban legend, where it's part man, part goat, and or a human that acts like one, often associated with bridges, you know, back roads, abandoned research sites, things gone wrong. And yeah, usually a scientist-based experiment gone wrong. And this is interesting because a lot we see in 99 Nights, there's the cultists, there's these ritual areas surrounded around the map. And what happened in the volcanic biome part 2? 2 new ritual areas suddenly popped up where these mammoths usually stay. As we're killing one here right now, you all see, these mammoths stay on these ritual circles surrounded by other cultists, and it entails the fact that something else was summoned here. So it definitely seems like these cultists are summoning the cryptids and basically the deer, the owl. The cultists just continue to summon these things. Consider it. They are cultists, right? They're going to try to evoke things, summon any entity that they can make into a physical version, I guess. And it's super interesting because cult-like ties to various factors play deeply into this game's roots, and I'm starting to notice that with like the updates and more how they deliver these updates, the symbolism behind these updates. It's incredibly interesting that the cultists play such a big role into the game, right? So basically, a cultist, they tried to summon another entity, and that was the ram. The ram appeared. Failed experiment, perhaps, I don't know. We do know they are scientist labs scattered structurally around the map sometimes. And, well, obviously, if you visit these, guess who's in there? Cultists. So, you arrive in there. Cultists are constantly experimenting. It looks like previous scientists has converted to cultism. And that's what you're getting with 99 Nights. You're getting a lot of failed experiments gone wrong, entities and enemies appearing, and I think we are going to see maybe even a demonic deer entity, more like like an evolved version of the deer at some point in time, such as a volcanic deer. I think this might be stuff that's potentially in the works, and we'll have to keep an eye out for that because it could be pretty scary, right? So if we kind of dive into this with the volcano, we're waiting for more stuff with the volcano and stuff, but we want to talk about the dark truth about the Goatman and the story that connects to the ram so heavily, right? So there are various things, okay, about the Goatman, and we want to start with saying it is like a cryptid. It's like this urban legend. You know, it lures victims in usually. The Goatman likes to lure victims in various ways. And then obviously it's very vicious. So the Goatman is not like what you could, you look at the deer and you're like, the deer is the protector of the forest. The owl is just an owl of the forest. Not too frightful, but the Goatman lures you in. It wants to be vicious. It wants to kill anything in its sight, including livestock, humans. Like, it doesn't have no restrictions. This thing is just vicious to the highest level. And I think that is what makes the ram the most fierce entity in 99 Nights in the Forest. And yeah, it's super weird. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it definitely has a lot of, like, it being the most fierce. The deer and the owl is scared of the ram, right? So that says a lot. That there is a fear factor there. And the Goatman is just even more creepy at times. So getting down into the real life sightings of the Goatman, I think this rumor or appearance, this urban legend of sort, has been here for a long time. It's been scattered around from Texas to Maryland to different various areas of America. And this thing is just kind of been passed down, it looks like, from generation, the story of it, and perhaps having encounters with it, or even a demonic figure that is entitling itself as a Goatman. But if we dive deeper into that, usually, a lot of times, whatever imagery we add to something will be the connected factor to that in our definition of understanding it, right? So, think about this. There's various languages across the board. So, if you speak a certain language, you're only going to understand that language. And that's how imagery kind of works. And I feel like perhaps with the Goatman, that kind of falls into that category of classification, right? But, yeah, it brings up a lot of interesting areas. So I'm really surprised they didn't make it so, like, the ram actually just, like, eats, like, scorpions or wolves or the rabbits of the forest or something as well, considering it's supposed to be so aggressive. But I always say they really balance it out well with these things. They do balance it out incredibly well. But, wow. I think the early, someone had to even... if it's not the Goatman, it's like the Sheepman, it's like the Ram Monster. It has various titles, right? It does have various titles, and that's why I just kind of group it into that classification of it. But, yeah, I would like to hear, like, real sightings of the Goatman, really be able to deep dive down into the most real and just eerie sighting, because I think that would be so interesting just to hear if someone has history with the Goatman and how they depict their experience with, encountering this Goatman or something. A lot of times throughout, like, Maryland and Texas, I think there will be, like, locations, like a bridge or something that people are like, you don't want to go there, the Goatman's there, right? And I think a lot of people probably take that as a warning and doesn't go there, but I'm sure there are investigators that like to kind of go there and see if the Goatman will appear or some variation of sort that they can get a response from. But yeah, allegedly he launches at intruders. He likes to claim his territory. So yeah, it's incredibly interesting, guys. I don't know. It's a video where I wanted to just sit back and I wanted to talk, and I wanted to kind of go over the new RAM and kind of break it down, comparing it to the Goatman. And if you guys like these style of videos, I like to just present different. Like, I like to sit down like this and do this style of video too sometimes, because like we can really break things down. We can just kind of look over things, and it's you got some gameplay in the back. It's nice, okay? It's nice. So yeah, and the support you guys have been giving on the 99 Nights videos is pretty awesome. So I know if there's someone out there right now watching this, they're probably like, hey, this is cool. Look at this goat here. He's at the end too. Look at him, dude. He starts charging at us and everything. This is so dangerous. Look at that charge. Ooh, he missed me. It's a sad day for him. But yeah, I really appreciate all the supporters, be it if you're a long-term supporter or you're just brand new here for the 99 Nights. You're like, dude, 99 Nights is cool. I like it. This guy makes videos on it. I'm going to go to ahead and subscribe and see what he's going to say. And I'm going to be like, whoa, thank you so much. But yeah, that's just kind of the way things work around here. So yeah, we've been creating content for a while. If you are new, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here for all your 99 Nights videos. Like, dude, we cover everything. We cover the updates. We cover deep dives, debunkment, I guess, if that's a thing. I don't know. But, yeah, usually it's an absolute blast here because 99 Nights is a genuinely fun game that has a lot of cool lore or pieces of the puzzle that sort of fit you can put together. So I guess that's a fun thing about it. But, yeah, with that aside, I will see you guys in the next one.